Well, welcome everyone to our next virtual Food for Thought luncheon. March is National Nutrition Month, and the perfect time to remind you that a healthy diet is the first step to a healthy gut. We have a very special guest with us today. We have MCH registered dietitian nutritionist Maya Nelson, so thank you for joining us today. March is National Nutrition Month, as we just mentioned. Many people probably don't know what that is. Can you explain a little bit about Nutrition Month and what it entails?
Yes, so National Nutrition Month is in the month of March, created by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and it's just kind of a month that invites everybody to come out and learn practical eating skills and physical activity habits and just kind of learn more about the food that they're putting in their body. And so this month's theme is personalizing your plate. And a lot of people forget that nutrition is not one size fits all. Nutrition is completely individualized, and that's why it's so important to find a registered dietitian nutritionist so that you can have someone who meets your goals and your goals, your type, your personality, and even your tastes and preferences and sensitivities. So that's why having a dietitian is so important.
So you really have to pay attention to those nutrition facts on the card. When they say one serving size is this amount, you said it's not a one size fits all. You can't always go based off what you see.
Yes, like one serving size of yogurt might be the serving size for here, but for you it might be two of those, honestly.
Okay, so it's different for everybody, and that's why it's important. That's what you do. So that's good to know. Now, we hear this term a lot too. What is a healthy gut, and why is it important to overall health? I think people think healthy gut, and it doesn't necessarily mean you got to have a six-pack or just eating healthy for your stomach.
Yes, so a healthy gut is actually just describing the function and the balance of bacteria in your gastrointestinal system.
Okay.
So we have a lot of bugs in our stomach that keep us regular and things like that. And so that's important because healthy gut ties into everything from healthy skin to healthy hair to the way that you grow to digestion, of course. It can help with sleep quality and even your mood. And a healthy gut can actually decrease certain kinds of cancer and autoimmune diseases also.
So that was going to be my next question, was how important are the foods you eat, and can that help give you a healthy gut? And then does it also promote a healthy gut? Does it get you there? Because it can help take care of those bad things that are in your stomach.
Yeah, I mean, food is very important. Everything that you put into your body is being used in some way, shape, or form. So food gives us nutrients, which provide energy, which really control all bodily functions, from temperature regulation to, if you're an athlete and you're working out, and to muscle repair and all those great things. So everything that you put in your body is important, especially related to the gut.
Now, here's a question you probably get a lot. What foods best promote a healthy gut? And is it the same for everyone?
It's about the same for everyone, I'd like to say. So, of course, fiber. And so that's going to be for people who love bread, your toast, your pasta, and your rice. But it's also fermented foods like kimchi and sauerkraut and even kombucha, which is a very popular drink that people drink.
You don't think of those foods when you think of like healthy gut.
No, you don't. It's very unique. It's for very specific people. It's not for me, but other people love it. Mm-hmm. And then even fruits and vegetables and fiber and prebiotics and probiotics.
Okay, that'll lead me to my next one. Prebiotics, probiotics. What are they? What's the difference? How do they help you?
The best way to explain it is that pre's feed the pros.
Okay.
Probiotics are the healthy bugs in your gut. Those are going to be things from like your fermented foods, like the sauerkraut and the kimchi, and even yogurt. So on yogurt, if you ever look at the ingredients, it'll tell you in the, like, what kind of cultures they have. Like these have lactobacillus, which is one of the most popular probiotic.
Okay.
This is one of the most common probiotic strains that you'll find in yogurt. So that's a probiotic. Prebiotics feed the pros. So prebiotics are like your fiber and your fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
So when you eat asparagus, garlic, onions, bananas, even oats and wheat, things like that, you're feeding the probiotics, which are making that healthy bacteria in your gut to keep you regular.
Is there a certain amount of type of foods or prebiotics, probiotics you should be focused on per day?
That also varies per person.
Okay.
Some people do the pills because there's probiotic and prebiotic pills that you
That's
can take.
I think that's probably what most people think of when they think of prebiotics. They don't think of the prebiotic and probiotics that are involved with the food, but you can take pills in addition to the food you eat.
Especially people who have certain issues that may need more. So
Okay.
if people have diarrhea, they might be eating probiotics, prebiotics in their food, but they also might be taking supplements to kind of help keep them regulated over time.
And that's where it's important the dietitian comes in saying, hey, you probably need to focus on eating bananas and things, but here's some medicine in addition to that to get your daily fill. That's good to know because I did not even know that. I thought they were probably just came in the medicine and the pill for them. Now, with a healthy gut as your goal, if you were just starting out as an average person, but you just wanted to make sure, hey, man, I have a healthy gut, what should you start with? What should be your ultimate goal?
The biggest thing is taking it in small steps. People try to make these really, really big changes and they'll go out and buy everything that we just listed. But if you start with just like one thing and you're like, okay, I'm gonna find recipes just for this yogurt and put that in your daily activities, then it's a little bit easier. And I mean, one yogurt parfait is probably gonna be enough for that person. Mm-hmm. And then you can start adding more things like adding bananas or making asparagus your vegetable for your dinner that day. Little things like that. So just kind of start small, but make the change because it really will help.
And I think starting small is important. I think especially when it comes to the new year, there's a lot of people that want to change their health and they do get all excited for the first month and that kind of fades away over time. But do you find that if you just do small over time and it becomes a habit, that it becomes a little bit easier for people?
Yes, it's much easier to start small than just starting really big because that excitement will one day wear off and then you're not going to want to do the 85 things that you've been doing. But having one thing is a lot easier to do than 85.
And then I'm going to ask you one more question is, I think I'm very interested in what you do as far as a dietitian. Like I wouldn't even know where to start. I would just assume just if I ate more broccoli or green beans, I'd be fine, or eat a yogurt a day, I'd be fine. But what is the process like for you when you first meet with a patient or a person to decide what's better to them? Do you ask them what they currently eat for their diet? Do you go through like a body measurement index or anything like that to see what they need? What's the process like when they first come to you?
That's actually all really important. The first thing we want to do though is probably get to know the person. Because you want to know their goals, you want to know their preferences, because like I said, everyone's different. Mm-hmm. And then of course you want to do their body things and kind of get them there, but it's all based on that individual person. Like if I have a person who just wants to change their eating habits, might not be necessary to get all their measurements. But it is very important to get to know the client and what you want to do for them and what they want from you so that you guys can be on the same page. And that's basically the first place we start.
You want it to be a personal experience, not just as you mentioned, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
No, nutrition is so complex and everyone's like, yeah, just eat this. That doesn't work for everyone.
It doesn't work for everyone. Well, is there anything else as far as Nutrition Month or as far as your job you'd like to add?
Nutrition is very complex, and I think that a lot of people think that it's, like I said, one size fits all, and I think it's very important that people understand that nutrition, going to a professional is very, very helpful for them in the end because you're having someone who is wanting to help you and is on the same page as you, and you guys can get that done together, and it's all science-based. It's all science-based. There's no real guessing with nutrition when you're working with a professional, so I find that to be very important.
And if somebody wants to start off on that healthy gut, where do they need to go or who can they contact to get this process started?
You can contact any dietitian really, and you can also just start with making the little changes that we mentioned today because that's the first step. If there's more problems, like if you're struggling with like an actual gut issue, go find a dietitian for sure. But if you're just looking for somewhere to start and making the small steps, pick a food and go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Maya. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So this was the March Virtual Food for Thought Luncheon on National Nutrition Month. Be sure to join us next month as we have a brand new topic.